There have been reports of several people taking drugs in the form of bath soap with horrifying side effects.
Our expert, Arnold, will tell us more about zombies now.
So Arnold, what can you tell me about zombies?
Well, the idea of zombies is an animated corpse brought to life by the means of witchcraft.
I see.
Now, in Africa, they have many different beliefs. Like in West Africa, they believe when people die, they are received by a Bokor, or a sorcerer. Now, this Bokor controls them and forces what he wants them to do.
I see. What does the Bokor do next?
He controls them as much as he likes. However, when the Bokor dies, the body is then released to the afterworld.
I see.
Yes. However, in South Africa, it is a very different story. They believe that when a person dies, they can be brought back to life as a zombie by a small child, or witch. Now, they also believe that there are witch trains that are controlled by witches, and that abduct people late at night and turn them into zombies and forces them to do slave labour. However, if the zombies do not comply, they will be outcast in a desert wasteland, forced to die again. But in West Africa, they do have a way to beat zombies, it seems. By pouring salt into their mouths, they believe will send them back to the grave. However, these recent zombie attacks are nothing like the real thing. The soap appears to inhibit brain function, which causes them to drool and may include loss of balance. And it causes them to slur when speaking. So this is why we have zombies nowadays.
We'll be hearing from Professor Arnold later, but right now we're going to see the views of a gypsy who was living in the affected area.
Yo, dude, have you heard about the zombie apocalypses? Apparently one's gonna happen today, on March in 2013. Well, as you can see behind, there's a citizen running away from this weirdo zombie guy who's trying to... No! I'm just a reporter. Mommy!
Now, we shall go back to Professor Arnold to see the results of his test.
Good day, Arnold and Boris here. Good morning. As you can see, Boris is holding a stick, for complete safety reasons of course. Why? What are we doing here, you ask? Well, we are checking the effects of this new drug that turns people into zombies repeatedly on one of our dearest companions, Steve Svensk. As you can see, Steve has already reached stage 1 of the transformation, as they call it. Bursts of running, loss of sight, and impaired balance. However, in stage 2, he becomes much different. His speech becomes impaired, and he slurs most of his words. As you can see by that outburst. But he is harmless until he reaches stage 3. And then they become quite violent and start to attack people. But the important thing here is not to panic. They will... Oh dear.
Back to the studio! Unfortunately, Professor Arnold has been killed, so this is the end of our report. BBC News.